Good morning, everyone. As Mary introduced, my name is Abdul Sattar Raja. I'm the senior IT advisor with GoAdvise Alliance. I'm working in the field of IT for more than 20 years in a different roles in the industry and academia. So today we are here to discuss about Outlook. Outlook made simple. That's the title of webinar. The tips, tools, and time saver. And in this one, I have tried to make it like more practical things, not too much theory, not too much, conceptual things. We will see practically how we can do several things in Outlook that can, makes our day-to-day work easy. Feel free to write your questions in the chat, and I'll try to answer as much as possible by the end of this session. If something is left or we couldn't do it, you will see my email address on the very last slide. Feel free to drop me an email with your question, and I'll do my best to answer. So I am in presentation mode for now, but soon I'll take the presentation mode out. We'll see just a normal mode. I have to switch back between multiple, screens. So just to show a couple things and follow up, the slide sequence. So here is a little bit about me. I'll just skip it. We can have all this later on somewhere. So what you're going to learn today is to understand the Microsoft 365 as a connected ecosystem, identify Outlook versions and key difference, apply practical inbox management techniques, use Outlook as a productivity, customize Outlook settings for efficiency, recover and manage emails confidently, and at the end, we will briefly touch the Copilot, that's an AI assistant for the Microsoft. So though this webinar is completely on Outlook, but I want to do just a touch base about Microsoft Office 365, that how Microsoft Office 365 is different from traditional Office. So in an earlier times and even today, we get as a standalone Microsoft Office, which is probably 2021 or 2024. If you don't have older version, which could be 2016 or 17 or 13, but the latest one is 2024. These are the standalone copies that are locally installed on your computer. But Microsoft 365 is a cloud-based suite which is always up to date. It has the core apps, Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You can access it anywhere on your desktop, on your web, on mobile. Okay, it collaborates, built-in Teams and SharePoint, OneDrive. So there are collaboration tools available, the core applications available, and the most important thing that it's a secure and scalable for organization of all sizes. So I have just took a screenshot over here just to show you a couple things. That's an Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneDrive, Teams, Clipchamp, SharePoint. So tons of things. As you said, I'll just go out of the, like a full view of the PowerPoint and switch between the couple screen. So let me know if you're not able to see anything. So now I'm in a Google Chrome, okay, and you can see I just log in simply office.com and I reach to this page. So when I can click apps, here I will see all the apps that are part of my package. And they are not only this one. There are tons of apps which even we don't use, but they are all part of our licensing. So I would encourage that moving forward, if when you have a chance, go through all of these apps, see which one other of these items are useful in your day-to-day work life. So moving back to our presentation, that's a little bit about 365. Then I will touch base on various types of licenses. So Microsoft 365 have mainly three types of licenses, and then the fourth one is extended one. The first one is 365 Business Basic, which is a small teams that needing cloud email and collaboration. So all the apps which I have shown you here, even if you go back to this one, a smaller view, you can use them on the web only when you have a basic. license. So you get everything, whether it's Outlook, whether it's Teams, whether OneDrive, but you just get the web version. We can go further down and we can have only email for all those users who just need emails. For example, drivers and anyone else. Why I'm emphasizing, because this is a little bit part of IT that I want to touch here, that anyone who is working with the organization, whether full time or part time, should have work email. So we can either have business basic, give them email and Teams and all other tools, or just an email plan. Then the next one, which is the most common, that's a business standards. So it gives you the exact same tools, but you can install them on your desktop or a laptop. So usually as a part of business standard license, you can use this license on 5 machines at the same time with the same ID. Okay, so that's how what's the difference between business standard and business basic. When you go to next level, business premium, then actually with all the desktop apps that you have, you get advanced needs with the security and management. And now that's the most required license for all the organizations who do the many things on clouds and want to have all the advanced securities of emails and tons of other things for the location access and role-based access control. So we usually prefer in IT world to have business premium license. And that includes all business standard apps plus Intune, Azure Active Directory Premium, and Microsoft Defender. The last one is an enterprise. That's the 365 E3 E5. So that's the enterprise with the compliance and advanced security needs. That's where when the organization is way bigger, hundreds and thousands of employees, and you want to make sure that you have advanced controls, you have compliance requirements, everything. That's where the organizations look for 365 E3 or E5 license. So I will believe this is enough about Microsoft 365. We will move to next slide, which is on the Outlook. That's the title of this webinar. So here, what you can see on your screen, that's the Microsoft Outlook, a classic one. Okay, usually now there are 3 versions: the classic, the new, and the mobile app. So this one, which you can see on the screen, is a standard classic version. We used it for so many years. Most of us are still using. So that's the standard way, like we can say the Microsoft Classic. But if you see a small button over here, that's a toggle button. If you turn this off into on, you will move from the classic one to the newer version. And that's what the newer version Outlook is. Okay. I will explain moving forward that what's the difference between two and why we should prefer using the new Outlook. So when we go to the mobile, that's the mobile app. I mean, you can use the traditional iPhone or Android email system, which is okay to use, but I would say it does not work great for Outlook. If you are looking to use for Outlook, you have 365. It's highly recommended that you go to your App Store or a Play Store and you download Microsoft Outlook app, and then you will see the exact environment as you see in your Outlook. If you will use it just a standard mail, then you might be losing some of the features. So over here in this webinar, I'm going to explain all the functionalities from the new Outlook. While being an IT person, I know I had this challenge even in my organization. When I first switched, I said, oh, Abdul, I hate it. Because why? It's normal. You were accustomed and used of one, like an interface for so long. And this is a change, and change is not easy. But once you get used to of it, you will start loving it. So what's the difference between two? The classic Outlook versus new Outlook. So the classic Outlook, that's a local install. It's an heavier on the system resources. We get only so much technically downloaded some emails, then it always sync with the cloud. While the new Outlook is completely cloud powered, it's faster, it's lighter. The updates in the classic Outlooks, they follows the Office update cycle, but the new Outlook, they have continuous update from 365 cloud. Integration is limited in the classic Outlook with the Teams. But over here, you will find that it has seamlessly integrated with all Microsoft products, whether it's in Teams, whether it's a SharePoint, it's a OneDrive, and all other apps, booking, whatnot. Features are pretty mature in the classic Outlook, and this is a modern user interface. The AI features are there in the new Outlook. Some advanced tools are still rolling out. User interface, that's a traditional one, but this is a streamlined, consistent with the Outlook web. That's another advantage, that if you get accustomed using the new Outlook, you will see there's no difference between your laptop or desktop as well as your mobile app. Future, while classic Outlook is phasing out, for example, in Windows 11, you will not see classic Outlook anymore. So the future version, or the future is the new Outlook. So sooner the better. That's the thing. If you are still with the classic Outlook, try to switch yourself to the new Outlook and you will see a lot of advantages. So now we will move to some practical session, and actually not some, probably pretty much a lot. So I'll do some things in my Outlook and I'll show how that works. So let's start with a couple of things. I'll switch back to this slide just to make sure that I follow the sequence. Dot go all that place. There's a lot to be done in the Outlook. Okay. So let's start with the basic things in an Outlook. And you can see over here, let me just hide it. Okay. So you can see that my Outlook is on the screen. Yes? Okay, awesome. So this is a new Outlook, and as I showed you, here is a toggle button. If I turn this off, I'll switch back to the, older one, the classic one, but we want to use the new one. So in the new one, the first thing I'll tell you, this little ribbon over here. So if you click this, and you will see a classic and a simplified. That's the first challenge that you will face. When you will move to the new Outlook, you probably see a very small pan over here. You say, oh, what happened? Like was supposed to have all the commands on the screen. So it's simple. So just go click in this one and you should be able to see a classic ribbon. And when you're able to see classic ribbon, you get all your commands, what you are looking over here. You got your view menu, you get your help menu. You have a couple things, icons listed here. Okay, we'll see what are those. If you hover your mouse, you see that's a mail, that's a calendar, that's a co-pilot, that's the people, that's to do, that's the newsletter, organization explorer, OneDrive, and all that. Well, here is your inbox. So, and the top of this one, it will show you what your email is. So, for example, even my email is changed to GovernWise, but on the back end, it's the email that I started with. That's abdul.raja@nookevent.com. So that's what it pops up here, and I can see all my folders. Okay. If I have been given access to several other emails as an access, and I'll show you on adding an account, so they will just pop here as a separate account. So I can see a couple of other things which I got emails. For example, this is Nokia admin. So I can, like click this little arrow and I can see the inbox and everything separately. Then this section contain my inbox. Okay. And then if I click any of them, for example, if I click them, I will see that's the Dell Technologies email, and I can see the reading pane right over there. So moving next, if we see here on this ribbon on the top, you will see the inbox. That means I'm an inbox. If I go to drafts, I will see the drafts. If I click junk email, that shows me the folder I am. So let me go back to inbox. Okay, let's say I have a folder here which is named at targeted governance capacity folders, and I want to put this in my favorites. So all I need to do, I need to click this star and I will get a favorites button over here, and this folder is moved to my favorites. And if I click it again, it will just go back. So that's the very first thing. Okay. Now over here, when you say select, so I can see a little bit name. For example, this is Nalu Web, so it says NW. This is my colleague Dana Bridgman, so I have an email, so that says DB. So it's a little brief of the names that it will show. If I click this, it won't show those names because I click select. So that means I want to select either all of them or I want to select one by one. That's something I can do. Then The next thing that you will see here is jump to. So if you click jump to, you will see a couple options here. Today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year. So let's say I click last year and it will take me all the emails to 2024. So that's an easier way for a jump to. If you go back, click today, you will reach back to your things. Okay, these are your latest emails. Now here is the filter. So if you click this filter, a lot of times it says, oh, I can see 10 emails, but I don't see 10 emails over here. Okay. So over here, I can click and find what are the unread emails. If I click that unread, then I will see all the 10 unread emails. They are probably little older that I just left them over there and see I'll read them later, but I won't be able to see. And so you just click it back, you will come back to your original interface. And then other filters are flagged to me, has files, mentions are. So if I click this mentions are, so I can see there are only 4 emails where I am mentioned at. And we will see exactly moving forward what this mention at is. Then this is a simple sorting. You sort by date, okay? You sort from, you sort by category, you sort by size, you sort by importance. Now, my sorting is newest on the top. That's the usual normal sorting is. But if you want to see the oldest on the top, that means you have to scroll down all the way down to see your latest email. So that's a simple sorting. So let me just take a quick look. So we talk about ribbon, we talk about our command bar where we set favorite, select, jump to, filter, and sorting. Our next one is reading and unreading messages. It's a simple thing, but sometimes it helps. So let's say you can see this is number of emails I can see in my inbox is 10. Now this email is already read. If I click this, it will go to unread emails. That's a simple click right over here. And if you click it again, it becomes read. Now, make sure what you are going to do. I'll tell you one example. For example, if I go to one of my email that I have with a company, so it's a whole email chain. If you see, there was a couple of emails. So if I click this one as unread, you will see the emails turn to 14. Well, I just had one. So make sure that which one you are clicking. So if there are multiple emails in one, then you can take that one down and you probably click only one of them. Like this is one and this is one, but this is in sent item, so there is no benefit. But if I have another one where I have multiple emails, I can say, okay, for example, this is the students I'm talking. And now these are two in sent items. This is my inbox, this is my inbox. So let's say this one, I want to make it unread. So that's the only one I make as unread. Otherwise, if I do it here, that's making two of them because the two messages are associated. So that's the next step. It's all about the inbox tips and tricks that can help us to solve something. Okay, now let's move to some interesting part. Pinning the message and flagging the message and all those. So let's see. I have a message here, which is, right, say this was a webinar. Okay, let's see, there's a request of code. That's something I want to review it later. So I can click this and then it just goes on the top. So even if I get a new email, it will still go on the top. So why? Because I pinned that message. So Mary, can you send me a one quick email? Okay, and you can see the Mary just sent me an email. It's on the top, but my pins one it always stays on the top. So anything which I want to do a follow-up, for example, this is another thing. It's my stuff that I'm working on. If I pin those messages, they will always stay top of the list. That means I can do follow-up on these pin message, whatever I want to do it. Then the next one we have flagging the message. That's pretty interesting. So let's say this is a test email, but say this is something that I have to do and I can just click this flag. So what happens? It's flag it, okay, and it show me as a flag. And you can see in the inbox, it shows on the flag. And once I completed this task, let's say Mary asked me, Abdul, can you send me the slides for today webinar? Okay. So all I can do, and I sent it to her. So I will go and click it. And now when I go back, it will say flag for follow-up completed on 8:10. So that's the great thing that it will let you know that you flagged it and then you completed the task on October 8. What's the other way? So let's say we have another email that I flagged it already. So you can see there's an email from Caitlin, then an email from Madison, which I flagged it. So when I flag them, you can see it's a little yellow bar on the top. That's one way. But the other thing, if you look on this small thing over here, that's a to do. Okay, I can go from here on the top bar, or I can just go from here. So once I click this, that shows my day. Okay, and that also shows me that I have two emails flagged. That's something that I can work on them. Okay, whatever the things I want to do. So they are flagged emails and they are now part of my to-do list. But if I go back to my email and let's say I completed those tasks and I click this one, and now it shows me right over here that it was flagged for follow-up and it's completed on October 8. So that's the difference between pinning a message and flagging a message and then reading or unreading. There are a couple other things that we can do. So let's see what next. Okay, that's my day, or add email as a calendar or a task. So I can click this right over here, and that shows me to do and a calendar. That shows me my day, how my day is looking for today, for Monday, for Tuesday, all other stuff that I have planned to do or they are scheduled on my calendar. So say this is a test email which I want to do some stuff again, okay? And I can simply click it and drag it. What I want to do it. Do I want to add this as a task or do I want to add it as an event? So let's say I click this as an event. So when I click this as an event, the calendar will open and it will show me, okay, this is an event and I thought to do it today. For example, this is asking for the slides. We can assume that, okay, so today for tomorrow, end of the day, I thought that I need to complete this from 4 to 4:30. Okay, and I can see I'm available or Maddie's available. I'm doing a follow-up on this one and I just say send and now it becomes part of my event. And if I go back to my calendar, for tomorrow, what did I say? Today. Oh, I choose the today. So I choose today. It says 4 p.m. for today, right over here. That's the one way to do it. The other way, go back to this, and I have another one. Let's say that's a task from from let's say from the Caitlin. That's another example. And now this one, I will bring it here, and I want to do it as not as an event, as a task. Now this will become as a part of my task. And I can see it here, and I can also work in my to-do list. Now I see this is flagged email, and here are tasks. Has I completed this task or not? I can do all those things. So let's say this one I completed. I simply click here and I see a little 10 and I can see it's in my part of completed tasks. So it just become an easier. You list your tasks for the day and then you check them, or at the end of the day, you can see all other stuff that you can see. If you click on this one, this little I sign on front of your task, okay, you can see what you want to do it. You want to add it to my day. You want to do it, remind me. You want to add a due date. Let's say I want to add a due date. Let's say pick a date. Okay, this is due by October 17, and now I have a due date added for this task. So that's another good thing that you add a task and you add a due date. And that due date will help you to know to remind your task and things that you can see in your to-do list. You want to pick a category. That's a different way to recognize your stuff, whether you pick blue, green, orange, all that one. And if you want some files, you can add some files into this one, the one we are discussing too. you want to repeat it, you can choose the repeat option, and then you can see how you want to repeat it: daily, weekdays, weekly, monthly, yearly. Let's say you think a task, there is a task. Okay, so if I want to delete it, one thing final, I can simply click a delete button over here that make it delete, and this task is deleted. If I want to add a task, okay, check my info email. Let's say we have an email, information@governwise.ca. Okay, and I thought that I should be checking this email like every once in a while. So I can add this, and how much I want to do it. I can just go in that I sign, and I want to say the due date is pick a date, or probably the best thing I want to see, repeat it weekly or yearly or monthly. If I want to say weekly, then it says weekly, it's today. No, it should be pick a date. I would be checking every Friday, and that's something that every Friday I'm going to check my info email. So I won't forget if there anything. I have an extra in my inbox, which is not a task to check every day, but it's something that I should be having, following it up like end of every week. Then I got it saved, and this little arrow will bring this windows, like it will close that window. If you click it, you can back again with your files. So I hope it's not heavy. It's a simple things, I'm sure. There will be a lot of questions. Okay, we can see at the end. Probably that's the best way. Can keep going and have to watch the time. It's almost 11:30, and we have a lot to do. So next is a schedule send, okay, and to send recall message. Couple more things about sending an email. So I go back to my email and say I plan something, and I go here and says Mary, nice for webinar. I mean, okay, probably let's say. Okay, I just drafted a small email. If I want to send it right now, I can send it right now. But let's say this is an off time. Okay, Maddie's not available, or I just don't want to do it today. It's something that I'm thinking that I should be reminding her next week. Okay, so I can go here in a schedule send, and then I can choose when I want it. Tomorrow 8:30, tomorrow 8 a.m. Suggest me something, or I can choose my own time. And that time could be not necessarily an even time. Let's say I want to send this email on October 17, and I choose 9 a.m., and probably not exactly 9 a.m. I want to make it 9 and 9 a.m. and 11 minutes. Okay, that's what I choose. So it will go exactly that time. Okay, 9:11. So that's one thing. Okay, that's the time I choose, and that we're working with this one. So that's a simple thing of a schedule send. Now the next we see undo send. That's pretty interesting. Can you undo your message? Okay, yes, you can undo your message. And what's the way to do it? If you go to the settings, and let me just bring it down here, and you go to your mail, you go to your compose and reply. Now scroll it down, and you can see the message can be cancelled for up to 10 seconds. Now, there are two things here to consider. One is undo, one is recall, and we will see a difference in our slides. Undo is something when your message has not left your inbox, and you can undo it, so it's not gone. Recall is something that you sent already and you want to recall it, and we will see how to recall that message. So over here, it gives us only a small delay up to 10 seconds. So that will help me that if I send something and soon after I thought, oh, I missed something. Okay. I wasn't supposed to send now, or something I missed and I want to add it, I can just undo it. So I'll just say save. And now what will happen if I draft another email? Sorry, Mary, all emails I'm sending to you. Okay, test two. Hello again. Now, when I click this send, it will just show me sending. Do you want to undo? Yes, undo. So within 10 seconds, I can just undo it. So 10 seconds is a wait time that this message will not left from my inbox. And that's the maximum time available. But if I send it to Maddie, and let's say I send it to someone, uh, okay, let me see my own Gmail account. I'm sending just a test, and now I click send. This message is gone. Now I'm gonna recall it. I thought I still have that option undo for 10 seconds. And this time I'm gonna wait for a couple seconds and it's just sending and it's gone. So Mary, do you have email already with you?
Yes, I just got it.
Okay. So can you open it? Just I want to see that you opened it already.
I opened it.
Okay, just X out. And now I thought, oh, I should be recalling this one. I go to my send message, I double click it, and I have a report over here, recall the message. So if I click recall, it says recalling this message will delete it from the mailbox of all the recipients. Do you want to proceed? Okay. So there is a different way. Will the standard that is recipient has already opened or not, and is the recipient is part of your organization or not. So I go to my inbox and I see the Office 365 reports at Microsoft.com. So it says, you try to recall the message described below. Click this link to view the recall results in your browser. So I click this view message recall report, and now that's an easier, simple thing. It will tell you message recall report. It says we recalled 0, pending 2, failed 0. So system will try to attempt it. There is no exact time that it will immediately. So we will leave it open for some time and we will come back and see whether recall is successful, it's failed, or it's pending. But one rule of thumb here is that if you send an email to your organization, so my organization means we have GovernWise and Nokivan. They are under one Microsoft tenant, so that's all part of one organization. So I can recall any message from my own domain, but I cannot recall a message if I have sent it to another First Nation or Gmail or Hotmail or anyone else which is outside of my domain. That message won't be recalled. So the only thing will help you undo over there for that 10 seconds. Okay. Okay. So think we should take a little break and take a look on chats quickly just to make sure. Uh, do we have something, Mary? Okay, it's already the email and something. It's all good. Okay, just to see, not too much. Okay, going forward. Now we did undo send, we do recall message, and now we will go to email signatures. Email signatures are pretty easier. You can go to the settings, and then you can go your account and you can find the signatures right over here. That's the one way to do it. Let's say you suddenly thought that I'm writing another message and uh, and I want to add my signatures. Once I click here, I will see there are two signatures already. That's my current role, that's my previous role, and I can click on signatures again. So if I don't want to use either of the two, I can just make a new right over here. So it goes to the same place or click signatures. And let's say this is IT strategist. That's something. Okay. to see, oh, that's wrong spelling. Okay, that's good. So I would say it's my full name. Something like that. I just added. What to add? The pictures, I could just go add pictures here. I will go to my pictures. Say I have a picture over here just to add it for now. And if this is too big, you can just resize it as you want. You can adjust all the stuff that you are looking for. You want to move it, you can move it. Should be some editing, but we'll not spend time on editing right now. So should be here. And now this one becomes my signature. Where I want to add, I want to say something, this one as first save. I save this. And now next thing I can see in every new message, what I want, this signature, and in the replies, this signatures, or in the replies, I want this signature. So I can choose all these options, whatever I'm looking for. Set up my signatures, and then I can make them as a part of every message, a new message, or I'm replying just to be easier. So I don't have to type all these things again and again. And you can define as many as signatures you want. So if you are holding multiple positions, multiple roles, you can have multiple signatures just added in your email. All you need to do when you go there in your email, you go in and you choose what type of signatures you are looking for. You will see all the list right over here. Okay, so moving next, attachments and links. This is very important. So in the new Outlook, so let's keep in the same email, and I want to attach something. So over here, I have couple files that I have already listed. So let's say this is a simple PowerPoint presentation that I want to list it, and I want to attach it. So I can just go attach file, browse this computer, and I can scroll those folders and just go there. The other easier way is drag and drop. So when you drag this and you bring here, you will get two options: attach a file or attach as a link. What's the difference? When you click this, attach a file, now the file is originally attached. A copy of file is attached, okay? But if you remove this attachment and you bring this as upload on OneDrive, in that case, it's not the copy attached, it's the link attached. So this is saved on my OneDrive. So if you see, it shows to OneDrive, Abdul Sattar, Nokian Tribal Council on this folder. And this is on the part of my OneDrive, and I'm linking this as a link. Now, you will see a situation where you want to link something, okay, which is a very bigger in the size, because there is a limit in attachment. The maximum limit for attachment is 25 megabyte. Okay. If you have file more than 25 megabyte, that means you are you cannot send Microsoft in Outlook as an attachment, but there are other ways, and that's where this Microsoft 365 will help you. How you can do it? I will see a file, for example, this is a file, Flying Dust First Nation, which is 84 megabytes. So if you go to more options and see the properties, that's 82 megabyte. So there is no way I can bring it here and you will see an error. I want to attach it. You will say to send your file or image, remove large inline images or student message. This is too much in the size and Microsoft cannot support this as an attachment. But the best way to do it, to just bring it here as attachment. Now, this is gonna take time because this is a really big file, okay? It will take couple minutes and you will see the attachment is attached, which is 82 megabyte. How you can control this attachment? There is a lot of things, okay? File uploaded on OneDrive, okay, that says attach instead, it will give me an error. right click on this one, and you will see an option. Anyone with this link can add it. So these are the security permissions with that. If you click on that, you will see anyone can add it, can view, or cannot download. That means they can view the file, but they won't be able to download it. But if you see can view, they can view it. They cannot make any changes, but they will be able to download a copy. So it's up to you how you want to share it. Okay. People in Nokivan Tribal Council, so only the people of my organization, only the recipient of this message, okay, or the people with existing access. Now, let's say you have a situation where you want to send someone which is outside of your organization. So you are working on a file, say you were working on some, like taking some feedback on an information and all those things. So you want to send with the people inside of your organization and outside of your organization, but you want to control it. You don't want the people to edit it, people who are outside of your organization. Then it becomes different. In that case, you go here, you right click on this, and you say share, and you just copy a link. So we copy a link, and now we close this and we paste this link over here. Okay. And I'm pasting this link twice. So why I'm pasting the link twice, I will show you over here that over here. So no given users click here. Okay. External users click here. So this is the same file. It's not a different file, but I want to control the permissions of this one. So when I click now, right click on this one and it says anyone with this link can add it. I select it and I can say just people in Nokivan Tribal Council, and they can edit it and apply. Okay. So when they click this one, Nokivan, they will go to the document and they will able to edit it. Now this one, which I say, other people, even they click it, they won't see it because I applied the permissions only to Nokivan Tribal Council. But the same file on the second link, and I can say anyone with this link, okay, see the recipient of this message, something, or anyone cannot download. Okay. So in that case, the other people who are not the part of my organization will still able to see it, but they won't be able to download a copy. It's just view only. So that is about uh, attaching a file and links. So what is the meaning of attachments and what are the meaning of links? Now, there is one other thing right over here. Say if you want to address someone in this email, so I'll put @ sign. And when I will put @ sign, that means I'm going to mention it. So say Caitlin, for example, I put Caitlin, don't see Caitlin. Yeah, so I see Caitlin. Can you please have a look at this file and share your feedback with me on, for example, this is just, so as soon as I put @ sign and Caitlin email, you will see that becomes part of right over there. So you can mention, and now that's where when I said filter and you say mentions me, are you copied or are you mentioned? That's the difference. If you are copied, you won't see mention, but mentioning means that this is something that you assign to someone, and now you click that mention me, and you will see those folders where you are mentioned in the email with some particular or a specific instruction. So, okay. Oh, well, we are already at 11:46. And to me, I will see there's a lot pending for me. I was trying to make it short, but then all the other features I've seen, we still have to see calendars, work hour and location, couple other rule stuff. Are we good to go? Keep going or, okay, awesome. So next, what we have, adding or removing calendar. So that's a very particular question that I got a lot of time. Oh, I can't see everyone's calendar. You can see everyone's calendar. It depends how some things are set up. So we see when we click here, I see my calendar over here. Okay. Can I see other people? Yes. If I click show all, I will see all the people that I have added in my calendar. Okay, they are here. So if I want to remove someone, let's say I'm going to remove Maddie calendar. So now I can't see the Maddie calendar over here. But if I don't find it and I want to see the Maddie calendar, it's very simple. You just click add calendar, you go add from directory. There it will show you your work email. You click that and now you type a person of the email. So let's say I want to see Maddie. I can add. If I want to add more, so where to add it? Add it into my calendars, into other calendars, into people's calendar, into GovernWise Advisor. So I'm saying just to add it in the people calendar, and then I add it, and now I X out this, and I will see Maddie somewhere over here. Oh, did I miss? Yes, over here, like this. And it's already selected. So I can see now. Now it depends how the other person has shared. So I can see that Maddie is busy, but that means that Maddie has set her calendar in a way that not everyone can see all the details. And how you can do it, you go to the settings again and you go to your calendar settings. And in this one, once you go and share your calendar, you say share your calendar and you say you want to click calendar and you say share. So once you share, here you can decide people in my organization, and that must be there. People in your organization can view when I'm busy. So in a work culture, we all are supposed to share our calendar. You can only restrict how much you want to share. You want to share all, you want to share only details. So I can see that people in my organization can view when I'm busy. So, but there are a couple peoples I put exceptions. So I can say, for example, Dana, Jennifer, Lauren, Peter, they can see titles and location. If I want to add someone more, so let's say if I say Maddie, and now what Maddie can see, can view all the details, can add it, delegate. So that means she can manage on my behalf. And I say delegate. If I say can add it, so it's not only mean that she can view all the details, she can even edit the details of my calendar. So say if you are a director, you are a manager, you have assistant, you are executive director, you have a reception, so you want to delegate your calendar to someone, you can delegate it. Someone else can manage the calendar for you. You can also manage, but the other person can also manage your calendar. And as a part of Microsoft, you will be able to see everyone calendar. So that's one thing. And then you can control how much details you want to see. You can see only titles and location, view all details, can add it, and then you share it. And the Maddie should be getting a notification. And this is, say, for example, if I say view title and location. So once I click share, the Maddie will specifically get an email and it will let her know that Abdul has shared his calendar and you can see all the details. Now, since we are in calendar, I will probably jump something over here. So we see add or removing calendars. Okay, view sibling mode and work hour. So that's in the next sequence. So in the new Outlook, there is one thing that probably bothers some people, and it bothers me too. So I have selected now Lisa Hassler, Lauren. I selected like a couple of calendars. So I can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 people calendars. Now I can see them separately, but that's not the case by default. If you click this split view, you will see all people at one place. That would be tough sometime. Why? Say over here, there is nothing for everyone else, but over here, when I click this too, so now I have to identify whose this color belongs to. So I have to see, okay, the yellow is for Lauren. This is orange. Sorry, my bad, I'm bad in colors. So probably orange. Let's say that's Maddie. And, and the Lisa is little gray color. Okay. So That's how the calendar look. But if you see, click again split view, you will start seeing the people calendar separately, all of them one by one. By the way, there's one thing, probably that not part of my slide over here, but let me just do it quickly. If I want to do a new event and I want to say, okay, follow up meeting with advisors. And I want to add a couple people, say, I want to add Lauren, want to add Jen, okay, Jennifer Shah, I want to say Elaine, and I want to say Chantal, for example. So I added 4 people. In the new Outlook, it will tell you that Jennifer has some auto reply. I'm currently on annual leave with no access to emails. Why? Because the suggested date is here. If I change this date and I said, I want this meeting to be on 22nd of October on Wednesday, and then it will tell me, oh, can I have it? Looks like everyone is busy. Yes, it's all busy. Okay, that means this is not the place I can do it. How about Friday? Okay, Friday is great. I can see a lot of empty slot and it will tell me everyone is empty. If I go this one, it will even tell me who is busy. Okay, so let's put 9 to 9:30. It's probably myself or non-busy. But if I put here, it tell me everyone is available. That's an easier management, a scheduling assistant in the Microsoft. If you put in some time where others are busy, say, I don't know who is busy at 11. So if you say 3 people are not available, and what are those 3 people? The Lauren Williams, the Jennifer Shah, and Chantal Graham, they are not available. The other 2 are green. So that's an easier way. When you are putting an email, you really don't need to see everyone calendar by clicking that. You just go, you drop, you choose the time slot, you add the time, and you will see who else is available. Okay. So this way you can add it. Well, I mean, there is still a lot pending. We are already 11:54. Should we continue? Should we split it to another portion?
I mean, if everyone is okay to stay on, we can continue. That's not a problem. If you do have to drop off for lunch, just know that the recording will be here. But I think if you're okay, Abdul, we can carry on.
Yeah, I'm completely okay. I'm
Perfect.
completely okay. Just I feel that I added a lot of stuff in one because a lot of these things were coming to my way and said, okay, this is important, this is important. Okay, so let's move to our next work hour and location. That's pretty interesting. So you can see here when I go to in my calendar, I'm an email, my calendar, and I can see there are a couple people in office today. Well, there are other people in the office, but only I can see Yolanda, Katie, and myself. They are showing in office today. While others are not in the office. No, they are in the office, but this is different. How that works. So if you go into settings and then you go to your calendar settings and you choose here work hours and location. So you can set your work hours, starting time, ending time. Okay. And then you can see whether you are in office or you are remote. Okay. Let's say you are not in the office that day, you probably just uncheck Monday. Okay. And if I do add these things, I'm in office, but say on Friday, I'm working remote. So I can say them. Now, when I will save this, it will show the people, other people, that on Friday, I'm not in the office. I'm working remote. Unfortunately, I already set it up and I can't show you the difference, but if we see on the Friday, what happens in here? So you can see this one checked in here. Early morning, when you will come in the office, you have to click check in. That's a check in the office. So once you check in over here, it will help me that I checked in at 8:30, and it will also tell my colleagues that I am in the office. For any reason, if I'm not in the office, set out of office. Okay. For what time? All day, add a title, something like that, and I can have all those details over there. So that's probably something very interesting. You can see who is available today in office. working in the office, working remotely. You can set auto replies. All those things can work. Okay. So that was our next target on the work hours and location. Okay. I have a couple more things I'll try to make quick now. I guess it's not to make more people with a lot of stuff. So you have quick steps, rules, sweep, group settings, add accounts, auto replies, general view of settings. We have almost covered a lot. We can skip this. Calendar settings, I'll skip this. We can skip this for something later on. But let's go for quick step, rules, and sweep. So I'm here in my inbox, and right over here in the new Outlook, you will find quick step. What is this quick step is? I can click manage quick step, and now I can add a quick step. What I want to do, follow up meeting. Okay. What action I want to do? There are tons of action. Move to, copy to, delete, permanently delete, mark as read, mark as unread, set retention policies, categorize message, clear strategies, tons of say. So I want to do reply with a meeting. Okay, and I saved it. Now, what's the benefit of this one? If I'm a manager and I'm managing 20 employees and I get some emails where I just want to do a follow up with the people, or I'm an advisor with 18 different communities and I got an emails, I want to do a follow up. So I got this email, say test. Maddie sent me something and say, Abdul, okay, how about if we if you find some time, discuss about our next workshop contents, okay, or next webinar material. So I click here and then I can click here and say follow up a meeting. Now, once I click this follow up meeting with this, it will make my life a little easier. I don't have to go click event. It included the reply of that. It included the person who sent me the email. All I need to do, see which time is good for me and I to meet. Say I find a slot tomorrow, 1 p.m. to 1:30, and it says just a follow-up meeting, and I hit send, and she will get a reply which says follow-up meeting. So you got an email from your employee, from your colleague, where you want to set up a follow-up meeting, where you want to move that email to some box and all that. You can simply do it by all the quick steps, and you can apply tons of quick steps. Okay, so um, our next one is rules and sweep. There are two things just to do the different way. Okay, meanwhile, I just thought that we should go and look to our recall report. So let's go here to change and let's refresh this status. And I can see one is recalled. So the test message that I sent earlier to Maddie, it's recalled and that's successful. Even she opened it. But this one is failed. Why? It's a Gmail and it says message to the recipient outside your organization or on premises cannot be recalled. Okay. So that's the difference between undo and recall. We talked about it earlier. Okay. So coming back to our presentation, rules and sweep. So rules and sweep will help you a lot of other stuff. So I'm getting a lot of emails from Dell Technologies, okay? And I want to take it in a look, but I just don't have time right now, okay? All I can do, I can click rule and I can create a rule and says always move messages from Dell Technology to this folder. And if I have a folder here, fine. If not, I can create a new folder and let's say Dell Technologies and then I save. Okay, there are more options. When you click more options, you go to the detailed setting and you can see from Dell Technologies and what are the action. Move to, copy to, delete, mark as junk, mark as read, mark with importance, whatever you want to do. So let's say we want to move to a simple and easier one. We choose the Dell Technologies folder and I save it. If you want to see the rule run right now, you just check this box and rule will execute immediately. If not, you save it. Okay. And now the rule is sitting here, but it's not executed. You go in and you have to execute the rule. Okay. And we go in and we say, run the rule now, and we execute it. Now, all the Dell Technologies email should be, it's still working on that one, and all the Dell Technologies email move to the Dell Technologies folder right over here. If you want to organize it better way, you simply drag it and you bring it here, say after the archive. That's the simple way, drag and drop. So now I don't see any more Dell Technologies email, and all I did, I just created a rule. There is an easier way, which is sweep. So let's go to another one, Cisco Spaces. Okay, now Cisco is another one, and I want to use sweep. Now sweep is even better and easier. It does the same thing. Move all messages from the inbox from Cisco Spaces Engage, and same thing I can say, create a new folder, and I will say Cisco Spaces. Save and click OK. So all the Cisco Spaces stuff, you will see an execution happening in my inbox. And next thing it will happen that all these things will start moving to Cisco Spaces. Okay, if I have more than one email, I usually delete them. But if there is more than one, they will start coming here. So if you have something, you get governed-wise emails and all that, you can set a sweep, you can set a sweep. What's the difference between two? I just have a quickly one slide, and I mean, I have a slide for undo, send, and recall. I will not read it, but you may get it as a part of this webinar, or we will upload it on our YouTube channel. And we have a sweep. How does it work? It deletes all the messages from this folder, or it removes all the current messages, delete all the message from this folder for any future messages. So it moves all the future messages. It'll keep the latest messages. So it has all those details. I'm just skipping it for now, just a short of time. So we do get rules, sweep. Okay, group and settings. Let me quickly go there. I can go here and you will see go to groups. So when you click go to groups, you can actually create a group. You can see already I have two groups. I have 3 members here. It's very simple. So that's a way to manage the stuff. Okay, groups for members. And I go home, I'll see all the groups. So let's say I want to create a new group. And I want to give this group govern wise advisors. Okay, it will get an email, governwiseadvisor@nokeven.com, and I see only governwise advisors, and I create this. Now, so once this is created, it's going to take some time. Sorry, one setting, you can edit it as a private or a public. So if you make a private, that means only members you approve can be added. If you make it public, then other people in your organization will be part of that one as a public and they can join it. It's a little slow today with my Outlook. It's taking much time. Looks like Outlook got tired. It said, oh, Abdul, you are doing a lot with me. Microsoft is really great. They said, oh, this is a lot, so many people. Okay, so I'm just discarding it for now to make it quick. But this way, I can just explain. If any emails that you send to the group, they will stay and everyone in the group will get it. And probably you will get a message in the start. You can have all your files of group at one place. You can have your events of the group in one place. You can have members, all the members that I made earlier over here. That's just a quick and easy way to make your groups if you are working within a department or some other task or any ad hoc task that you get it. Let's say you are coming a Christmas party and you are a part of organizers committee. So you can make a small group of that organizers committee who can just share that one email, and all the emails of that Christmas party, all the activities you are planning, you can put it on there. So I guess, Mehdi, I think we should stop here for now. Like there are a couple things we can just look for auto replies as our last component today, and then we let the people go for lunch. This it's the listening capacity probably a lot. It's way over than listening capacity now. I feel it. My apologies for that. So the one last thing we can cover auto replies, and then we can end this session because this is something that needed in the day-to-days option. So if you go to the settings and you go to your automatic replies, and you can turn on your automatic replies over here. You can set the date. Say you want to set only from October 15 to October 18. And which time is from the start day, time is 8:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Block my calendar for this period. So that means no one can send you invite. Automatically decline new invitations. If someone invite you because you are saying an auto reply, you are not in the office. So automatic decline, okay, decline and cancel my meeting during this period. So you got all these options. And then you see sending automatic replies inside your organization and outside your organization. So you simply write a text that says, thank you for email. I'm currently away on my community visit and will not or will respond as soon as possible. Okay. Or if you're off, you can say, I'm currently off and I will not have access to my emails. Okay. And I will respond as soon as I'm back. And then you set this reply for your inside, for your outside, and then you hit save for that particular time period with this time slot. Anyone who will send you an email will get this automatic reply. And with this one, I'm really grateful for your time, all of you. My apologies for having a lot included into it. Probably we will set up another time to cover the rest. Okay, and I hope that these little thoughts could make some difference in your outlook. Once again, thank you very much. Here is my name, my email. If you have questions, if you have anything you want to ask, you want some more details of anything, just feel free to write me an email and I'll do my best to answer as soon as possible. Miigwech.
Thank you, Abdul. That was very, very informative. We do have a couple of questions just in the chat. Jessica had asked, I guess we were keeping track of some questions. Would you like for her to email you those directly, or are you okay to maybe stay on with her to answer a couple?
Well, it's okay. I can answer it. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I think if I can do it now, would be good.
Sounds great. Jessica, I will make sure that everyone is unmuted, able to unmute themselves. And then we can ask our questions if we'd like.
Okay, so I got the question for calendar. Can you request permission to view the entire calendar from someone if their default is only to see? I don't think so. You can ask it just like there is a way that unless you send an email, okay, and that would be the only way. I don't see there is anything that you can just send a request that you want to see all the details. Okay, once you are adding the calendar, probably moving forward there is a lot of features are getting added, and but I'll still look particularly that if there is something can help, and I will draft an answer for you. Okay. Would the out of office sync with your calendar if the calendar booking already has you? Yes. If you have your booking already as out of office, it will sync you as out of office, but it won't send any automatic replies. You have to prepare for an automatic replies. Automatic replies and out of office status is a different thing. That someone within organization, if I'm the part of Nokivan and GovernWise, and I see some of my colleagues' calendar, it would show me that they are out of office, but it won't send me any reply. They're out of office probably on a community visit, they're off, vacations, whatever the reason is. Okay. Well, welcome. Can quick steps rules auto delete calendar invite? For example, I book 100 plus people calendar and it's annoying getting all that. Okay, I think this is a good example and it's a practical situation. The things that you need to research some solutions. Okay, lot of features Microsoft is rolling out. Okay, I may not be able to cover all of those, but I can definitely look with you. I'm sure there would be a way, because rules are pretty much advanced, that if you have this particular scenario that you want to deal with, that just send me an email. I will set up a time with you and probably I'll try to see what I can do.